Hello, this is Rob Stewart, and this is just a quick little video on the teacher evaluation form and process that I will be using with teachers that are on year 1 and year 2 of the 3-year cycle. Year 1 and 2 are basically the same. Year 3, a little bit different form that I'll go into on a different video. Before we go through this form, let me bring up the pre-observation form. This is the form that I will send to you prior to coming into your classroom, and then I just ask that you send it back to me at least one day before coming in. I like to schedule all of my observations. I like to give you a chance to pick a day when you want me to come in and observe a particular lesson. The key things that I'm looking for in this form are the objectives of the lesson, um, and then where are you at in the lesson, what prior learning has occurred, and then how will you assess student learning of your main objectives for the lesson. And then the last component is any information that you think may help me better understand the lesson, the group of students that I'll be watching, strategies, and so forth. And so I ask again that you fill this out ahead of time. Just gives me a little bit of insight prior to coming in and observing the actual lesson. Transitioning back to the actual form, you can see that this looks at 4 different domains. They are Charlotte Danielson domains. The 3 main domains that I will be assessing are Domain 1, Planning and Preparation, Domain 2, the classroom environment, Domain 3, Instruction, and underneath each one of these you can see different, what I would call substrands. I'm going to jump down to the 4th domain called Professional Responsibilities. I actually will ask that you complete this domain, this checklist, if you will, um, after the observation is done and prior to us getting together and doing a post-observation meeting. Underneath each domain, you can see that there are 4 different categories, ratings, whatever you want to call them: unsatisfactory, development needed, effective, and exemplary. More importantly, there's a spot for feedback, and this grows as I continue to type. And that's what I do. I go in and I look at different planning and preparation techniques, the classroom environment, instruction, and I also encompass other things that I have learned just by maybe some 5-minute walkthroughs, just some interactions that I've had with you regarding other things throughout the year. And I try to type all those things in this area here. You'll also notice when you get this back from me that there will be questions, guiding questions that I'm hoping will create a dialogue between you and I during the post-observation meeting. Questions about your planning and preparation, questions about your classroom environment, and questions about your instruction. And so I will be completing that, and when I do an observation, I typically am in your classroom for the entire 50-minute period. And so this is the observation component. The other part of this form, and this I ask you to fill out at the beginning of every year, this is your individual growth and development plan. And you can read the information here, but basically every year you are asked to create an individual growth and development plan and then submit that back to me. And then if there's time at the post-observation meeting, we may go through this. Otherwise, if I have questions after reading through what you put in this box here, I would, either set up a different meeting with you or send those back to you in an email or something like that. And then we get into kind of the documentation piece, if you will. So there, besides the observation, which basically constitutes, if you look right here, oops, sorry, let me raise it up a little bit, 55% of your entire evaluation, if you will. So what makes up the other percentages to get to 100, obviously? Well, there's component 2 called student engagement. Underneath student engagement, we basically look at 2 pieces. There's the student survey, which we are still kind of debating. We did it last year when we were piloting the state model. We're still debating on whether or not we're going to add that component with the WK model. If we don't add that component, then instead of 5% being additional evidence rating, it would become 10%, which you can see if survey is unavailable. What additional evidence rating is just artifacts that you would show me. It could be work samples, it could be a video clip of your classroom, it could be a multitude of things where you are showing me student engagement in your room on a regular basis. And so you can collect what is called artifacts. And again, there's a whole list of things. I just mentioned a couple. Maybe it's a lesson, maybe it's a project, maybe it's a an assignment, maybe it's a video clip, anything like that that could show student engagement. Okay? The next part, the 35% student learning and achievement, that is the class goal and targeted needs goal that I've already created videos for. And again, you can see that there's year 1 results, year 2 results, and year 3 results. And then there's also a summative component when you factor in all 3 of those years together. And you and I will be filling those in these different text boxes. Okay? And then we get down to the final performance rating. Again, here's the 55%, which is the observation, the teacher practice component. Here's the survey. If we do it, if we don't do it, here we have the additional evidence, and this would jump from 0.5 or 0.05, sorry, to 0.10 or 10%. And then here are the 2 goals, the class goal at 20% and the targeted needs goal at 15%. When you do the math and add all those up, it equals 100%. And then we get a final rating, and we again see these same words that we're using all the way throughout here: unsatisfactory, development needed, effective, and exemplary. And then again, there's spots to enter text for key strengths, priority areas of development, and so forth. All right, and then we get to the bottom where there's a signature by you and the signature by me. Again, so this is the form that I will be using for teachers that are on year 1 and year 2 of the 3-year cycle. Obviously, if you are a non-tenured teacher, I would be doing 3 different observations, and so you would see actually this form here, this front page, you would actually see this 3 different times, but I didn't pull that one up. All right, like always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to stop by, send them to me in an email. We'll have plenty of times throughout the year we'll be touching base regarding this stuff. But again, this is just a quick little 7-minute video that you can refer to if you ever have any questions about how the teacher evaluation process will work. Thanks, and have a great day.